So, what is referred to as the third eye is
We always said Shiva will open his third eye and he can burn up the whole existence if he wants. You need to understand, this is a dialectical culture. You don't take these things literally, logically. You need to always read behind it. Unfortunately, people start interpreting it as a logical thing and its whole thing is so badly distorted. Dimensions which cannot be expressed logically are always packed up in these kinds of stories so that they are preserved without distortion. So Shiva opens his third eye and either everything burns up or he sees everything clearly. So third eye is not a physical thing. It is just that if your energies reach a certain peak within you, you have a new clarity of vision of life. You see everything from a completely different dimension. So you start seeing things, it's an inner eye we say. We can say you can turn it inward or outward, whichever way you turn it. So these eyes are only outward. You can't roll your eyeballs inward and see what's within you, isn't it? So third eye is both ways. If you want, you can turn it inward or you can turn it outward. Whichever way, you are seeing life beyond the normal limitations of your perception. Your perception has risen beyond the physical. That is the third eye. Why is it connected to a particular spot in your body? Among the 7 chakras, the 6th dimension is called as Agna. Agna is located slightly above where the eyebrows meet. There are 3 dimensions attached to it. These 3 dimensions are traditionally named after Shiva, 3 different forms of Shiva. But these 3 are actual experiential points in the body, where if your energy moves to that point, your experience of life alters itself. The whole process of whatever spiritual process you're doing consciously or unconsciously is fundamentally to move to a higher plane of perception, isn't it? Yes? You call it God, you call it Kundalini, you call it yoga, you call it what you want. But fundamentally, the whole thing is to raise your perception from a limited physical perception to a higher possibility. So if your energies are in the lowest chakra, which is referred to as the Mooladhara, food and sleep will be the most dominant factors of your life. Only food and sleep. You will not know anything else. If energies move into Swadhisthana, then you are a pleasure seeker. You enjoy the physical world in so many different ways. If your energies move into Manipuraka, then you are a doer in the world, you are an achiever. If your energies move into Anahata, you are a creative person. Maybe you're an artist, you're a painter, you're something, you're more creative about life. If your energies move into Vishuddhi, if they become dominant there, you are a powerhouse. Power need not just mean this. Human beings can be powerful in so many different ways. So, this is the power center. If energies move into your Agna, then you have clarity of vision. Now, you are intellectually realized, not experientially realized. Intellectually realized, you touched a point where life cannot disturb you. Life cannot take a toll on you because intellectually you're realized, but still you're not ecstatic in any way. You don't know the ecstasy of life, but you have stability of life. Nothing can touch you, nothing can disturb you, you come to that point. From the lowest point of Mooladhara to Agna, there are many ways of reaching there. There's so many paths, 1,000,000 different paths of how to get there. But from Agna to Sahasrara, there is no way. It's a pathless path. This is the reason why a lot of people are talking only about peace, because they only got till here and they don't know what's beyond. So they're assuming and concluding that that's all there is, because there is no particular path or method to get beyond. There are no particular methods or there are no methods. When all methods are dropped, only then from Agna to Sahasrara one will reach. If your energies touch your Sahasrara, the topmost chakra, you will become ecstatic like for no reason, simply you're ecstatic. You don't need any external stimulus. You will see those of you who come to the Bhava Spandana, simply ecstatic. Nothing is happening. Nobody is telling you beautiful things, nor did you win a lottery, nothing. Simply you're ecstatic, just blowing like that, because your energies have hit the Sahasrara. So from here to here there is no journey. So when you come here, if you can turn this third eye inward, only then you see that there is no way, the only way is to jump. To jump into total emptiness, either you must be crazy or you must have absolute trust in somebody else's word. These are only two ways you can jump into nothingness, isn't it? Either you must be crazy, that you don't care what happens to you, or you have so much trust in somebody, if he says jump, you will anyway jump. These are only two ways. So, the third eye is something that gives you a total clarity of how things are, how life processes. When I say life, don't think of life in terms of waking up in the morning, eating, going to the party, not that life. Fundamental life, life as you, life as an entity, life as a basis of existence right now. Once you have a clear vision of this, then the way you function and the way you conduct your life is very, very different. So once your third eye opens, it is not that this is going to split and open up, your perception has risen beyond the physical. You have started seeing that which is beyond the physical.
You know, have you heard about those schools and they have them blind so that they develop this ability to do remote viewing and…
No, those schools are fundamentally trying to develop the intuitive nature of the mind. But I am not talking about the mind when I say the third eye. See, mind is capable of fantastic things by itself. You have not explored even a small percentage of the mind's capabilities. Human beings have not explored even a very small capabilities of the mind. What they're trying to do by closing off the eyes for a certain period is to develop an intuitive mind. See, for example, a person who is visually handicapped, his sense of the other four senses are very high, isn't it? Have you noticed this? Their capability is so uncanny about how they hear things, how they know things just by the direction of the sound is so uncanny. So that is about heightening a certain aspect of the mind so that they become intuitive. That's a different dimension. If even in India, people who want to train in astrology, people who want to train in predicting other people's lives and things, they shut their eyes off for long periods so that they learn to use their mind in a particular way. When I say third eye, we are not talking about the mind at all. It doesn't involve the normal process of the mind. It's a different dimension by itself.
Gananam tva ganapatigum havamahe kavim kavinam upamasravastamam jyeshtarajam brahmanam brahmanaspata anashrunvannutibhisida sadhanam.
To peer into her eyes is to see not only the stars but the whole universe. But today, we're covering them 3 times. Nine-year-old Yogamata is one of many children who went to Gurukul, India and are now demonstrating the same power.
It's just the mystical power that I got to learn in Gurukul.
She was initiated, actually, by a guru, but we'll talk more about that later. She demonstrated her impressive ability on Capitol Hill, and then again at this Vedic temple in Southern California.
All I can say is, be prepared to be amazed. Can you tell us your name?
My name is Ma Yoga Mata.
Are you ready for the blindfold reading?
Yes.
Watch as she reads pieces of paper handed to her by random observers, blindfolded.
Director of successful and respected American business.
She plays with toys, letting an audience member mix one set before matching up the colors as though her eyes were wide open.
First the green, then the orange, then the blue, then the blue, then the yellow, then the like a donut.
Wonderful.
Even beating this young onlooker at a game of tic-tac-toe.
X. I won.
Yay!
When the temple first reached out to tell me about the girl with the superhuman abilities, I didn't know what to think, but I knew I had to see it for myself.
Hi.
Hi! Perfect timing. How are you?
Good.
Good. Thank you so much for coming. Hello.
Hello.
Nice to see you. I'm so excited.
Thank you.
Okay, let's just take a seat right here. Yoga Mata agreed to sit with me and demonstrate her abilities one-on-one. So, Yoga Mata, I saw what you were doing in there. It's really amazing. But some people at home watching this video might think you're playing a trick on us. Are you playing a trick?
No. If they think I'm cheating, I have ridden a bicycle in blindfold. And if they think I'm cheating from under, I can see only under then. How can I just dodge cars and all of that? There's no way to dodge cars. So I'm not playing a trick. This is how I learned. This is how I know. It's not a trick. It's just a mystical power they can learn. Anybody can learn.
And you told me earlier, you said, you can check my ears if you want. I don't have a microphone.
Yeah, I don't have a microphone because I don't keep anything in my ears. My ears are always like clean, except maybe for wax or anything.
So when you say you're seeing from your third eye, what exactly does it look like?
When I do blindfold, it looks like everything is just coming like an image, just pops up and goes. Sometimes when I open my eyes and see all looking around, like how I see you, I see many other stuff. How I look at it is like just an image, and sometimes an image, sometimes like how I look around, like with my normal two eyes.
It's obviously a very cool superpower, you can call it, right? That you can do. But how do you see the third eye awakening benefiting the world or other people?
Like it gives them, like you should be first self-confident with the blindfold reading, then it comes. Then with that blindfold reading confidence, it will just benefit you in the everything. Like I used to be scared of taking pictures or like people.
You were shy.
Yeah, I'm shy. I used to be shy. Now I'm confident. Okay, I can do it. I'm not shy.
Between you and me, okay? I saw you playing with your friends out there. Can you use this ability to cheat and when you're playing hide and seek?
Yes. When I was at my cousin's place, I was playing hide and seek with my cousins, my friends, my cousin's friends. We were all playing hide and seek. It was my turn to count. So I counted to 100, and then I'm like, okay. My mom came, and then okay. I told my mom, Ma, I know where they are. I know where they're hiding. So I exactly went there, and I found my cousin and his friend. I went to the next place. I found my other friends, and then went to a few other places. And I found them.
Is that fair?
Well, not exactly, but they don't know. I don't think they know.
And can you turn it on and off, or do you always see?
I can turn it on and off whenever I want. It's like my decision. I want to do it, and it's my decision. I do not want to do it. And sometimes, if I'm in a bad mood, if I try doing blindfold, it does not come totally.
Oh, so you have to be
in
a good state of mind.
Yeah.
Now, I brought a clipboard with me here. Can we try this and see how it works?
Okay.
Yeah?
You need a blindfold with me?
Yeah, we'll get one.
Okay.
Can you see what face I'm making at you right now? You don't think it's funny?
It's funny!
So I'm going to write something on this paper, and you'll read it to me, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's say I'm only writing one word. Can you tell me what this word says?
Love.
Wow. Pretty amazing. And now, if I draw something, can you see that?
Yeah, I'll tell you and I'll draw it again.
And you'll draw it again?
Yeah.
Okay. So here we go. I'm going to draw. I'm not a very good artist. You're probably better than me. Okay, here we go. Can you see it?
Yeah, it's a tree. It's like a Christmas tree.
Exactly, a cedar tree. Here you go.
Oh,
now.
it's a cedar tree.
Yes, and now you'll draw it for me, right?
Yeah.
And you can't see anything
No.
with your physical eyes.
Yeah, with my physical eye. Then here's like a stump.
Yeah, exactly.
Like 1, 2.
Oh my gosh, you're doing each piece of grass exactly the same.
Then like this.
Even the, oh wow.
And 1, 2, 3 dots.
Wow. You didn't even draw just the grass. You drew it exactly the way I scribbled it. You're like, easy, right? Actually, you know what?
But
I have a couple of pieces of paper in my pocket. Can you read them for me?
yeah.
I did these earlier. So, here's one. In fact, why don't you open it?
Know thyself, Swamiji.
Wow. That's exactly what it says. And-
I see a card right there.
Yep, there's a card, but let's try this too. What is this? Here's another piece of paper.
Oh, it's folded. Nothing. What?
I tried to trick you. It didn't work, huh?
It did not work.
So there's no tricking you, right?
No tricking me.
That's very cool, Yogamata.
And the man, or guru, who initiated Yogamata with her abilities is Swami Nityananda. One of the most popular spiritual teachers in the world, he's amassed quite the following.
Third eye, one of the most discussed, analyzed, debated, argued, and most misunderstood. Let me define. Third eye is an intra-organ. You really have it.
For those of us who don't know what initiation is, what does it mean when you say that your daughter was initiated by Swamiji?
When Swamiji is initiated to the person for the third eye awakening, it transfers his energy to that person, and that person can take that energy and it leads to the higher state of consciousness. That is what happening.
And what were you thinking when your daughter was suddenly reading blindfolded?
Actually, at first I was like, I couldn't believe my eyes. That's the reaction I got by seeing my daughter, reading with the third eye, and the two eyes is like not necessarily want to be, and I felt really joy and happy.
Now, you flew to India, you spent the money, you went through a 21-day course. I would imagine there's more benefit to third eye awakening than just being able to read blindfolded, right?
Definitely. That's it's reading and doing all the small activities. It's one of the kind of expressions, but it's more than that. Minute by minute, she lives in her possibility. Like, he takes every action in a possibility way that I can do it. If she doesn't know, she learns that and come back with the responsibility and start doing that. And inner calmness is happening, and she is feeling joyful in every step. She is almost every action is possible for her. That's the lifestyle she is living. There is no it's impossible to me and I cannot do it.
And you were telling me earlier that there's a difference between, or maybe no difference, between a wish and a will. What does that mean?
I mean, like, if, for example, I want, like, a toy. I want a toy, and I wish for it. And then it just happens. Like, it just after.
You just get it?
Yeah, I just get it.
Because you wanted it.
Yeah, I just wish, I want a Lego. And it just happens.
One thing is clear. Yogamata is just a regular kid with a pretty cool superpower.